What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Levine here, aka L-Drive. A-Drive stole that from me, just saying. With a pretty short video, just a transfer wire type of thing, because we just so happen to have made a move in the UBC. If you guys are watching, you've been doing pretty well, I think. And so, but then I realized one thing when I was looking, because I was watching the videos and stuff of the analysts, and one thing that I noticed that my team kind of lacked a few things. One of those things being that my team had a huge knockoff weakness. Now, we made a trade with the Broadway Blastoise, who, if you remember, we played week 1, and that trade was our Metagross for their Umbreon, because I figured, you know what, Metagross is great, but we already have a Psychic type. Our knockoff weakness was already pretty big, and having that Metagross really made it even bigger. So I realized from that we really need to make some changes around here. And this trade was good for both of us, because the Blastoise needed another physical attacker that was really good, which is Metagross. Very scary to play against, luckily we already played him. And we needed a defensive Mon that could really take a knockoff well, which is why we went with Umbreon, because our team didn't just have a knockoff weakness, but it also just had a defensive weakness in general. Like, all of our walls were weak to knockoff in general, but its other weakness was that we just didn't have that many bulky Pokemon. We had enough. Like, we had Suicune, we had Celebi that can be bulky, we had Lando, which was 4 times weak, we have Togetic, we have Claydol, but which may seem like a lot, but in the end, I feel like we just didn't have enough, and we had a lot of offensive Pokemon, like our Victini, like our Lando, which is also offensive. Celebi can be run offensive, Metagross could be run offensive, obviously, Mega Deontay is offensive. So, I think that overall, we really just needed something that could take a knockoff, and really just had bulk in general, which is why I went with Umbreon. Now, I'm super excited, because now we have this Umbreon Togetic wall, which I also heard the analysts, some of them were saying that they don't really like Togetic that much. I disagree completely. I love Togetic in leagues. It's actually really good, really hard to take down because of that Eviolite. And actually, I have a friend, shout out to you, Aaron, who actually lost to one of these on a team that had some crazy good Pokemon like Mega Metagross and Kyurem Black. The Pokemon he ended up losing to was Togetic. Now, you might think, oh, that's crazy, how do you lose Togetic? But if you watch that fight, you would understand. And so I personally like Togetic as a really good wall. So that's our first change. We traded Metagross over to the Blastoise, and we got Umbreon, which I'm very happy with. In the draft, I really wanted Umbreon. Couldn't get it because the Blastoise picked it like 2 picks before we did, I think, or something. But, oh well, now we have it, so I'm very happy. It's week 3, which is not that far into the season, so that's great. Now, another thing that we did on the wire is we actually, when I picked up Umbreon and kind of dropped Metagross, I was also looking Blaziken. I like it a lot, as I mentioned before, but it really wasn't doing what it needs to do, because yeah, it's a fighting type, which is the main reason why I picked it, but other than that, like, its fighting typing is the only real reason why I actually picked it, whereas we already have a fire type. And when I was looking at the teams, there aren't that many teams where you need like a really good fighting type move to really beat. So I thought, you know what, why not drop this for something to really help us? Because after losing Metagross, I still wanted a Pokemon that was a Steel type, could deal out damage, and could take hits. And I was trying to decide, because like I said, my decision to have it something that could take hits was kind of towards the end of my decision, because I was trying to decide between Escavalier and Durant. Originally, like, what I really wanted was Nidoqueen or Nidoking, which are still available. But then I realized, you know what, I have Lando, so I probably won't really use it. Again, guys, in the league, Lando is on the trading block. If you want it, just let me know. Maybe we can make an offer, make a deal. But yeah, so then I realized, you know what, it's probably not the best idea for me to take another ground type, even though I guess Lando and Nidoqueen do different things, which I was really looking mainly at Nidoqueen, but in the end, Lando is very good at what it does. It's a ground type, so we didn't really need it. So in the end, I ended up just saying, you know what, screw this, I'm going to go with Escavalier, because I ended up deciding that I wanted something that could take a hit like Metagross. And that's how I got to my decision of Escavalier. Now, if you guys see, Escavalier's moveset is not as good as Metagross's, but it will get the job done. I mean, 135 base attack, then 105 defense, 105 special, and 70 HP is very solid all around stats. The only problem is that speed is at 20, but my team actually happens to be able to run Trick Room, and just is not really a really fast team in general. I mean, our fastest Pokemon is, I believe, Mega Deontay, but fastest Pokemon other than Mega Deontay is just our hundreds with Victini and Celebi. So that's why we got the Leavanny, but that's a whole other story. So our team really isn't a very fast team, so I just felt like the Escavalier fit into the mix better than the Durant, and that's why we ended up getting a Escavalier. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Sorry it was so short, not really sorry, it's not supposed to be too long, just a little update as to what we're doing, and I hope you guys enjoyed that, and peace out, YouTube.